Labels over orthos, a common problem in cartography. Let's look at that, how we can create a better label over our aerial photographs that, it's a typical base layer in our cartography. And it's a tricky thing to put labels on. So let's figure that out. So let's put up an orthophoto. We're going to add an XYZ tile here, the Bing Virtual Earth layer. If you haven't seen that lesson, go check that out. But now we have our aerial photos and some minor streets here underneath our. You can see the black lines there. And let's say we have to label these, right? So we're going to go to our minor roads and click on labels, single label. We're going to use street names. Perfect, it's already set there. And we got a 12 point black font. This is what we get, right? I can't make any sense of this. I can't read that. This is usually what you get right out of the box. So let's play with that a little bit. So our first instinct would be to put a halo around it, right? Common trick. We know how to use halos now. Buffers. So let's click on buffer. Draw a text buffer. You get a white 100% buffer. Let's see what that looks like. Still a bit jarring, right? That's a bit ugly. Not crazy about that. It's better. I can read them at least, but that's, we can do much better. Let's keep going. So why don't maybe we'll switch that around. Maybe we'll use a black halo and a white text. Let's try that. See what that does for us. Apply. Yeah, that's better, right? That the halo kind of blends in with the background a little bit, and it's better. Still not good enough, but not too bad. So let's keep going. I think maybe that black background, that black buffer, we calm that down a little bit. Use a sort of a gray. Apply that, and that's not very good. But let's work with that a little bit. Let's try to blend that in, and we can do that. So let's go to our buffer, and if we use the blend mode of multiply, it's going to take the pixels in the halo or the buffer and the pixels that are underneath it and multiply together, smash them together, and give you something better. So hit apply. And now we're getting somewhere, right? You can see, yeah, it's the white, but it just works better. I can read it. It's crisper, and I really kind of like that pretty well. Another thing I can do is kind of blur that a little bit. So I'm going to go into my draw effects, hit the yellow star, and I've already got this set to blur, but there's typically this is what it would start with. So you'd start on source, blur. Choose Gaussian blur and use a blur strength of about 10 and leave the opacity where it is for now, and try that and apply that. And that calms it down even more, right? It's really quite nice, I think. And I think that the white is a bit much, so we can change that. We go to text and maybe we'll use a gray. It kind of matches the roads a little bit. Tan, gray. Apply that. All right, now we've gotten somewhere. We're also, we should put the text right on top of the line, not outside of it. So that's a placement function. Hit placement. We're going to choose curves, so it kind of follows the lines a little bit better. And then I'm going to click on the line and then get rid of above the line and hit apply. And that'll drop them right down onto our lines. Now I'm probably going to just turn that line right off. The black line underneath of the minor roads, I think at this scale, you don't really need it. It works pretty well. So I'll go to symbology and simple line and stroke style, no pen. And that will get rid of it. But it'll leave the labels there. So that, you can see we've got nice labels right on the line, blending right in. Like, you see this, you see a road, I mean, you see the aerial photograph, it looks good. And then you can pick out the roads if you want them. You might have to play with your sizes a little bit depending on the scale you want to show them. And, and you can darken them up, lighten them up. But the halo effect with the multiply function and then the blurring of that even further really just makes it blend right in, and it's kind of what you want, right? So you can change the font, you can change the colors as you see fit if you want them to come out a little bit more, but if you want them to hide, this is a good way to label your orthos.